Has anyone been following in the slides? And I went,
39.
I've got email you.
yeah, it's not that one, is it? There we go. So this one, I'm going to say that looks far too complicated. So this one, all it's going to do is, we're not going to do that. It's a general workflow. It's not tied to any data, but it's going to select a record base that I've coded in, or I've told it. I'm going to select a particular operator, and I'm going to send an email. So when I run this, we're not going to see anything interactive on the screen. But if I go to my, is that today? There you go. But if I come in here, that Mike has been sent an email. Now, how does it know what to do? When we didn't really tell it much, I just said pick an operator and then do some stuff. So let's go and take a look back at the workflow again. And this is where you can see where the nodes start to have some use. So I'm selecting a record, I pick the entity, I pick the record that I want. In this case, it's on the personnel table. And then I'm going to send an email. I'm using the send email node. I can provide a subject and I can provide a message. And how the message is built up as well is interesting, in that I've built up a mixture of text, but I've also pulled in some information from the database. So I've got some text, great news, extra 10% bonus for everyone at. And then what this is going to do is it's going to look up the location that's associated with the record that I've selected. So I can use this stuff to build up the text and the subject matter of the email. So if I'm doing this from a sample, I could pull out information about the sample. In this case, I just pulled out a field of information against the operator, against Mike's operator, and bang that into the message that we've got coming out into the email. If we go back to the email, you can see extra 10, great news is the subject, extra 10% bonus for everybody at, and this is the value that's stored against Mike's personnel record. Okay, so we'll go and you can have a play with this in a minute. So you can see how you can, it's not static, it's allowing us to dynamically populate the strings and things get used within the system.
So does the plus sign work as a concatenator there?
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you do calculations as well? How does it know to differentiate?
It looks like a calculation builder to me.
It's an expression builder, so if it's got two strings, it will concatenate them. If you put numerics in there, it will happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you do about getting numerics to strings. I've probably just gone ahead of myself there.
Well, there is a two-string function.
I think there's a
isn't there?
two-string function. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's it sending emails? Is it using .NET to an SMTP server or?
Yes, it's going to, on this virtual machine, it's got a little SMTP server built into it. I know we have all sorts of problems trying to test them out. We get SMTP on our network, but yeah, it's just sending it to an SMTP server. And you can build up, as Kate was showing, each of the two, and is the subject an expression as well?
The subject is
Yeah,
as
so
well,
each one of those is an expression editor, so you can expand it.
And actually the other thing is, I've gone back into the slides here, is the two, I've pulled out the email address stored against the operator Mike, so I pulled out his email address and pulled that as my two, so those are all expressions. You can build up all of those. They're not hard-coded, they're built up using the expression editor. Should we ever go at that point?
Yeah.
So, hands up if you've got a working VM. Or maybe hands up if you haven't got a working VM, probably easier. So we'll have a couple who will come and help you. Everybody else,
Nothing wrong with import.
have a go at just, all of these workflows I think are on your machines that you've got. Either have a look at these or just have a general look at some of the general workflows. Just familiarise yourself with the workflow editor. We'll just have 5 minutes because otherwise we really will get off time. But just have a little play.
I don't have a 64. Right. So on my sheet are 26.
Customers love when I show them this.
All of these old things will be replaced with new ones.
Is there something there?
So try that and then delete that.
Yeah. That's right.
It's playing with reset passwords. It's playing with the workflows. That's what we looked at so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, can you get those to like a VHS?
Okay, I was just thinking of that in the back. I don't have the CMS laptop, so I can't get into my CDL.
What do you think? Handle logging in.
I'll go all the way down to
So can you put, oh, he's thinking about practicality, right? So can, run a workflow from the timer? Right, you could run this from the timer key to require folks to change their password on something.
Yeah.
Really?
Where's, what SMPT server do you use?
Yeah, the longest one I have, that one's pretty easy in my kitchen. I can pull that one up too.
Yeah.
Put the AC on. It's getting a little warm. You're gonna lose people pretty soon.
Not to mention extensions. The standard core